So before I finished this and was ready to print, I would do a lot more dodging and burning so that each part of the image had the perfect contrast. When you're working with black and white, it's much harder to do an overall contrast or curved layer and say, that'll do it. You end up making a lot of these little curves that serve each part of the image. So, but for now, we're going to stop and add a smart filter. This is a smart layer already, so when we go to filter, you don't have to convert for smart filters. We can just add, say, the unsharp mask. And what that does is it makes the image look a little sharper. So because a digital image is made up of the same size pixels as opposed to a variable grain photograph made in darkroom, this is a good filter to use just to give it that little bit of pop. Now, I don't suggest doing any of these crazy settings. I usually leave this here on 1 and anywhere between 80 to 100. You can pick a spot to preview and then hold the hand down, hold the space bar down. Let's do it really excessively so you can see. Before and after, before and after. And if you're interested in the different sharpening filters, please check out that part of your ebook. For now, I'm going to hit OK. I would never go with it on a normal day, but what I wanted you to see is that it creates the unsharp mask with a little eye, so you can turn it on and off. You can drag it to the trash, and when you get more than one filter on there, you can play with stacking order and opacity and blending mode. Now, we open this as a smart object, but if we go back to Bridge and we open it again in the Camera Raw, you'll see my Camera Raw set to open object. So I'm going to hold on the Shift and open image. This is going to open it with a locked background layer. So if I just start adding filters, like, render tree, never even done that one before, but it actually rendered a tree. That's amazing. We can also extrude things. So I'm just adding a bunch of filters, kind of nonsense filters that you probably wouldn't use all at once, but you may have some curiosity about. I mean, look, we just made a tree. That is awesome. Okay, so you'll notice everything was applied to the background layer. There are no list of filters. I'm going to shut this down, save it onto my desktop, right? And then open it back up so that you can see the difference between a smart filter where you can make all sorts of questionable decisions like render, I won't even let us render a tree because it's a smart object. But you could, if you wanted to, do a spin blur, just in case you're like, this isn't crazy enough, right? And then you can hit OK. You'll notice when you start adding filters, it kind of slows things down a little bit. Almost there. And what that will do is that will end up in the smart filters as another little option that you can turn on and off. Taking sweet time. All right. You can move them around, which again will take just a second. But I wanted you to see how that works. I'm going to hit cancel. But you've got the blur gallery, the unsharp mask, I have to be more patient. What I really want you to notice about this file versus this file is you can't turn any of this stuff off. Once you've saved it, it's done. And here, I can change my mind at any time. Boop, boop. There we go. Back to the original. It's kind of awesome because you really can't screw it up and you can try all sorts of different effects and filters. You can also use this layer mask to edit out parts of the filter. So say you have the blur, which we'll have to wait for it to render. Take a minute. Okay, say you wanted to hide part of that or maybe blend it, you could. With this layer mask selected, the brush, black and white, set it to 100. You can actually add and subtract because this is a layer mask. So if I wanted to blend it, I could bring the brush down to say 55 and kind of blend the edges. If you hit X, you put the white in the front and we'll bring parts of it right back. So this is editable and you can choose to show different smart filters. Okay, so this is why smart filters are awesome and this is why they're not.